Okay. Hi, everybody. My name's MJ. We're going to do some meditating today. I recently got a request from a friend for some practice that would help her prepare to go into labor. And I asked her what she needed, and she said she needs to be able to come back to that peaceful place. So this meditation is inspired by that. This is the peaceful place meditation. And we're going to just practice a bunch of different ways to find some more peace in your experience. So there's so many different ways to do that. One of the first ways that we can do that is to just find a comfortable way to place your body. So make this part of your practice. Make your body really comfortable. Maybe you're going to be seated. Maybe you're going to be standing. Maybe you're taking a walk. You can see I'm already deepening my breath. You might want to do that too. And a lot of meditation practices use eyes closed. Let's see what it's like with eyes open for a moment here. So one way that you might start to call in some peacefulness is to just notice where you are. And really take in your surroundings. And as much as you can, do this in a non-judgmental way. Just noticing some shapes and some colors. Some textures. Really noticing, where are you in space? And it's okay if there's some things that are not perfect or that you're kind of having an aversion to, whatever that might be in your space. Just notice that there's a little bit of a aversion. And then as long as you're somewhere safe, you're not directly in danger, just see if you can be open to what is feeling good about this space that you're in. Maybe there's a nice color that you can fix your attention on. Deepening that breath. Might want to look over your shoulders. Just keep deepening that breath in whatever way makes sense to you. You don't need to have a formal breathing or breathwork practice to receive the benefits of fresh oxygen in your lungs. Might want to make some big dramatic sighs. Sometimes that helps my system settle. Make a little noise. And this opening of this practice is kind of to just help your body know that it's safe to hold still and relax. Just getting a sense of where you are, where your body is in space. You could even touch your body, kind of feel the outline of your body. Maybe feeling what's underneath you, where your body contacts a surface and where some kind of support contacts your body. You can keep making weird noises as you breathe with me if you want. Okay. And then just noticing if this practice of looking around, of orienting, is another word for it, this practice of orienting has had any positive or pleasurable effects on your body. Noticing if maybe there's a little settling just from seeing where you are and noticing some nice colors, some nice shapes. Deepening the breath. And you may want to close your eyes after you have a sense of where you are in space and where your body is resting. And something that I didn't used to do in my meditation practice, but I do now, is I try to give myself a lot of permission to decelerate, to slow down, because we're people with busy lives and full schedules, and most of us have a lot of stuff to take care of, and it's hard to slow down. So if you're noticing that as you're sitting here it's hard to slow down, and maybe your brain is still racing, or your sort of your internal pace is still kind of elevated, I just encourage you to give yourself a lot of grace and make slowing down and coming into this practice part of the practice, part of the experience. Just giving yourself a wide berth as you invite your system and your mind to slow down. If slowing down was easy, more of us would do it. It's not easy. Nice deep breaths, maybe making some sound on the exhale. You might just notice if you experiment with making some sound on the exhale, it probably feels pretty good. Good, okay. So we're still kind of warming up to our practice here. What we'll do next is, either with eyes closed or a soft gaze somewhere, really starting to notice anything positive that you're experiencing in your body. I'm talking about finding a peaceful place. So we found a peaceful place outside of our bodies, finding some peace in our surroundings. And now let's lean into the possibility that there is some comfort and peace within the body. So again, already just noticing if there's some regulation, if there's some ease that is accumulating in the body from practicing some mindfulness. Just noticing what kind of ease or relaxation might already be here without trying too hard. And again, it's challenging for a lot of us to access comfort in our bodies, so it's okay if this is tough. But just as much as you can, noticing right here after a little less than 10 minutes of mindfulness practice, noticing what feels good or okay in your body. And if nothing, you can open your eyes and notice something in your environment. Maybe you can notice in the body a feeling of something supporting your frame. Maybe you can rest your body back into a chair a little bit more. Maybe you can feel some warmth in the palms of your hands. Maybe the top of your head feels tingly and interesting. And just keep bringing your attention back to something in the body that feels okay, safe, or pleasurable. Good. Now maybe we can find a peaceful place in the mind. So that could be auditory, could be like a phrase that you say in your mind that is affirming and loving, or that could be visual. You might create a visual of something that brings you peace and calm. There could be so many different options, right? But for example, if you want to work with a phrase or an affirmation, you might place your hand on your heart or somewhere on your body that feels supportive. And you might say something like, "I'm safe here." Or, "I'm deserving of love and kindness." Or, "I trust myself." Or, "I am loving and loved." Good. Then we can experiment with a visual. So maybe bringing to mind, it literally could be anything that makes you feel good, but bringing to mind a loved one or a beautiful scene in nature, a favorite place that you've been, or a favorite color, or a pet that you've loved, or maybe you imagine a delicious meal. It really can be anything that feels secure and loving and like a peaceful place for your mind to settle. Creating some kind of visual that feels good to rest your attention on. It doesn't have to make sense. It could be like a beautiful field of butterflies, or it could be a ball of yarn. For whatever reason makes you feel good. Just resting your awareness on some kind of visual that you're creating in your mind that feels supportive. Great. And then the last bit of this, I'll invite you to connect with a peaceful place in a really broad and sort of universal sense. So some folks might relate to this as a higher power. Some folks might relate to this as just being part of the cosmos, part of the universe, part of this great mystery that we're all participating in. So basically what I'm inviting you to do is just remember that you're part of something bigger. And feel into what it would be like to surrender into that, to say yes to that, to ask the universe for its support, to know deeply that you are loved in ways that perhaps you will never be able to fathom. Connecting to this larger thing that's happening for all of us. Maybe remembering that we're all doing it together, whatever the heck it is. Inviting some divinity into your experience, if you will. And if that doesn't resonate, perhaps just, again, feeling something comfortable in your body. Good. Okay. So the last part of finding a peaceful place in this practice is to just gently come back, flutter your eyes open. Take a deep breath. Look around your space again. Inviting your body and your brain to come back to this moment right here. Eyes open, scanning where you are. Okay. I hope that you were able to find some peace and connect with a place that felt easy within you and around you. And I hope that you're able to connect with that today and throughout the rest of your days. Thanks so much for practicing with me.